Once upon a time, in a small, picturesque village nestled deep within a dense forest, lived a quirky and lovable grandmother named Agnes. She was known far and wide for her eccentricity and her infectious laughter that could brighten even the darkest of days. Children in the village adored her, for she told the most enchanting stories that whisked them away to far-off lands. Her house, a cozy cottage at the edge of the forest, was a heaven for laughter and merriment. One crisp autumn evening, as the wind whispered secrets through the rustling leaves, Agnes' grandchildren, Lucy and Max, begged her for a spooky tale. They loved how she could take the scariest stories and turn them into the funniest adventures. Agnes, with a mischievous twinkle in her eye, began to weave a story that was unlike any other. It was a tale of a haunted house deep in the forest, where a ghost with a peculiar sense of humor resided. This ghost was known to play tricks on anyone who dared enter its abode. Once upon a time, Agnes began, there was a haunted house that nobody in the village dared to approach. They said it was haunted by a ghost who had a wicked sense of humor. Lucy and Max leaned in closer, their eyes wide with anticipation. This ghost, Agnes continued, loved to make people laugh, but its idea of humor was a bit unusual. Instead of telling jokes, it would rearrange furniture when nobody was looking, causing the inhabitants to stumble and giggle uncontrollably. The children giggled at the thought of ghostly pranks. One day, Agnes continued, a brave young man named Tom decided to spend the night in the haunted house to prove that he wasn't afraid. The forest outside Agnes' cottage seemed to grow darker as she spoke, casting eerie shadows on the walls. Tom settled into the house, trying not to let his fear get the best of him. But as night fell, strange things began to happen. Chairs danced across the room, and a ghost played the piano with invisible hands, producing the eeriest music anyone had ever heard. Lucy and Max were now on the edge of their seats, their eyes wide with fascination. But instead of being scared, Agnes said, Tom couldn't help but laugh. He realized that the ghost, with all its spooky antics, just wanted to bring joy to the world in its own peculiar way. So, Tom joined in the laughter, and soon, the ghost's haunting became a nightly comedy show that the villagers came to enjoy. As Agnes finished her story, she burst into her signature laughter, which was so infectious that even the fireflies outside seemed to twinkle in time with her mirth. Lucy and Max joined in, their fears forgotten, as they reveled in their grandmother's enchanting tale. The moral of the story, Agnes explained, was that sometimes, even the scariest of situations could be turned into something funny and joyful if we just looked at them from a different perspective. It was a lesson in finding humor and light in the darkest of places. That night, Lucy and Max went to bed with smiles on their faces, knowing that their grandmother's laughter could chase away any fear, and that even ghosts could have a funny side. And so, in the heart of the forest, Agnes' cottage remained a place of laughter, love, and enchanting stories for generations to come, proving that sometimes, the most unusual things could bring the most joy.